I know I'm on the top of the tree, so I know there's a lot of people out gunning for me, trying to take my position, so I have to stay on the ball, you know, I have to fight correctly when I come, so I'm just training hard, doing what I know best. Yeah, it was good, you know, it was good to get that fight under our belt, you know, with my coach coming back, my father taking over as head coach. There's been a lot of changes and stuff like that going through the camp, so it was good to get that first one out of the way. It was progress, you know, we're excited for the next one because we feel like we still can do a lot better than that one. You know, you always level up, but yeah, it was good. It was good performance. I'm happy with the win. In the ring, like how I felt in the ring, to be honest, I didn't feel the best, but after looking back and watching it back, I feel like it looks a bit better than how I felt, you know what I mean? So I just felt like I could have done more second attacks. Just little things, you know, little things we were practicing. I sort of wasn't executing as good as what I wanted, but it's good. It's still progress, you know? It's good to have those sort of lessons and move forward. It's not so much the power and stuff like that, it was more just, you know, the shots we were hitting him with, breaking him down, the constant sort of left hands, you know, we were saying in our camp, we knew he was tough as nails, you know what I mean? We knew that guy was tough, so we knew we weren't chasing that one punch knockout. So we kept saying death by 1,000 cuts, you know, we're just gonna break him down, so that's what we did.
In about a month's time, right here in Riyadh, 2 of those cruiserweight belts are going to be on the right line. Gilberto Ramirez against Chris Billam-Smith. Is that the fight, the winner of that fight, the guy that you want next?
I'm hoping that comes, man. Benny Boy just whispered in my ear, you know, I was going to get the winner, so we'll see what happens.
You know, I feel like he thinks it's the easier fight, obviously, you know what I mean? Otherwise, why would he do it, you know? So, but it's not really what I'm focusing on, you know? I can't control these decisions. We can only sort of control my own path, my own career, so that's all we focus on. We just focus on our own training. You know, I can push for these unification fights, but if they don't happen, I can't do much about it, so we just got to stay focused, keep training hard, and when the time comes, we just got to perform. Oh, I think it's a great fight, you know. I actually think both fighters are good fighters. You know, I think Ramirez is a great little boxer, and Chris Billam-Smith, he's tough, he's got a good engine, he always shows the will to win. You know, he's proved so many people wrong in his past fights, so it's a good fight. You know, I'm not chasing unification fights because I think they're easy. I'm just chasing them because I think that's what we should be doing as champions. You know, we want to fight for other belts, so whoever wins, that's who I want, whoever wins. You know, I don't want any argument to, you know, say, oh, he should have fought him or him. Whoever wins, that's who I'll fight. No, I feel like there's a lot of fighters that are willing to fight anyone. You know, it just when the business and the boxing get mixed up together, you know, it just becomes a bit of a circus. But man, I don't know. I'm just focusing on my own stuff. You know, I can't, you know, talk for other people or how they feel. You know, everyone's on their own journey, so.
I felt like I was land more clean punches, but boxing is not about only clean punches, it's about pressure also, about how you impress judges, and you need to counting sometimes rounds, not punches.
To be honest, I didn't watch it. I probably could have watched it a bit better. I finished my fight, I went in the crowd, there was a lot going on, and I was sitting a little bit back, so just some of the fights, like some of the punches, you know, I couldn't see if they were landing properly through the guard. He had such a tight, you know, double defense, so what was sort of landing just through the cracks of the punches, like through the defense, I couldn't really see, so I think like I'd have to watch it back and sort of go off that, but it was a good fight, you know, they're both fit, they're both, I know, Beterbiev is just relentless, you know, just keeps coming forward, Bivol just constantly moving. It's, I thought it was a great fight. At this level where I'm at, I don't think there's any easy fights, you know what I mean? Like, the only reason they would look a bit easy is because I've trained so hard in the gym. You know, I've prepared properly, I'm fit, I'm strong, I'm willing to do whatever needs to be done in the ring because I've just trained hard. You know, it's never comes easy. You know, it's not an easy journey to get there. So it's all hard, you know, and I believe those fights are hard. We just got to train, do what we do, make sure we're ready to fight. Yeah, they're two of the best, you know, fighters in their weight category, you know, of this, you know, last 10 years maybe. It's the first time there's been a, you know, undisputed champion in their weight category. So it's huge, you know, even the talk of fighting one of them, you know, I'm honoured to have my name against them, you know, but at the same time, obviously, let's fight. It's an awesome opportunity for myself. It's just being a part of these fights, you know, like being a part of these great historic events and stuff like that. It's awesome to be a part of.
Jai, you get your old belt back, but it's never easy against Mairis Briedis, is it? How difficult was that performance?
Mairis Briedis, I'm honoured to share the ring with a champion like that, man.
And I wanted to get to the bottom of what happened there towards the end of the fight, so I asked his manager, and he said what happened was in the 10th, Briedis caught him with the head, and he broke his nose, and there was a lot of blood. So some of it comes out the end of the nose, but a lot of it could go the other way, and it hits the back of your throat, and then you have to swallow it, and there could be a lot of it. So all of a sudden, you can't breathe out of your nose because it's full of blood, and you can't really breathe out of your mouth either because you're swallowing all the time. And all of a sudden, you've got a massive problem. And so that's why he gassed the way that he did the last few rounds. He felt like he was drowning from what Mick Francis told me. So that kind of clears that up.
And that's what makes a great fighter, you know, their way to adapt. You know, plan A, plan B, adapting in the ring. Yeah, he clipped me in the later rounds. He got me with a headbutt, fully shattered my nose, and then it sort of just went downhill from there. And then he got me with a real good uppercut, and then it sort of just rocked me, and I was a bit dazed. But you know, we were fit, and we moved, and we just won the fight. You know, it's a 12-round fight, and that's what we did. You know, we adapted as well. They're the trenches. You know, that's where the hard camp comes and evolve. You know, like pushing your body to the limits and getting uncomfortable, and that's what those last three to 4 rounds were. You know, we were uncomfortable and we had to push through it. We had to adapt and, you know, win the fight, and that's what we did. There was a lot of stuff that was playing on my head on that fight, that second fight. You know, the preparation was all over the joint. You know, we had injuries before that, so I felt like I wasn't in that ring with a full bank like I usually am. You know what I mean? So I felt like I had to sort of play it a bit more safer because I felt like I hadn't ticked every box going into the ring. Does that make sense? So I felt like that's what was sort of why I was so, you know, picking my shots, taking my time at the start of the fight. I wasn't really going for it, but it is what it is. You know, we've learned, it's all progress, and we're just going to get better and better.
What's going through my mind? I'm just looking forward to a fantastic fight. You know, last time in May it was a fantastic fight. Alexander won the fight fair and square.
I believe Fury has the tools to beat Usyk. You know what I mean? I feel like he's tall, he's a smart boxer. He's just got to capitalise on his, you know what I mean, his strengths. And I feel like he can beat him. But Usyk just always comes to fight. He always prepares properly. He's always fit, you know, and he proves it every time he fights. So I don't know. I'm keen to watch the next one. You know what I mean? I feel like there's going to be a different version of both fighters coming in. They sort of know what they're getting themselves into. So who knows? It could go either way, I reckon. But Fury, I reckon Fury has the tools to beat him. But Usyk also, he's just such a hard man to beat. So it's a good fight. I feel like he just got clipped with a shot real early, you know, and he just couldn't really find himself after that. You know, he couldn't really find his feet or couldn't really just settle. He just was a bit dazed, but I just feel like it's, you know, as soon as something goes wrong, you know, everyone wants to point a finger or, you know, say he's all hype and I feel like it's just, you know what I mean? Like, he is a good fighter. You cannot deny that. You know, he just with the headbutt, going in his one before and then going into this now, he's got clipped early and then he was just dazed, you know what I mean? Like after that first sort of big punch, but I'm sure he'll come back, you know, I'm sure he'll go back to the drawing board and he'll learn from it and he'll progress. You know, these things happen to great fighters. You know, so I'm looking forward for his comeback. And we've been told we have to have the mandatory for the IBF, so we've got to make that fight happen. And then yeah, we get that done first. That's another hard fight, so you know I'm not taking him lightly either. I know he's coming to fight, and then we'll chase one of these unification fights, man. So.